for Nancy Grace. New developments in the search for an Army wife pregnant with her second child, missing without a trace. For the very latest, let's go out to Nancy Grace producer Rupa Mikalaneni, who is following the case live from Washington, D.C. Rupa, the latest, please.
Right, Pat. I spent today in the neighborhood where Ronald Roldan, we now know the name of the alleged boyfriend who is the father of the unborn child of Bethany Decker. His name is Ronald Roldan, 30 years old, and he moved out of the apartment where he was residing just a few weeks ago with Bethany Decker in her apartment, and he's now living with his mother. And this is at the home in Centreville, Virginia, where the search warrant was executed earlier this week, and where police seized several items. They initially executed a search warrant that says under suspicion of first-degree and second-degree murder. And they were searching for all sorts of things, Pat. We're talking about bodily fluids. We're talking about fingerprints. We're talking about weapons, notes, photographs, anything that might suggest as to what could have happened to Bethany Decker. Now we have the search warrant returns, and we've learned that they did collect certain items. They seized 2 BlackBerry cell phones from this house, 3 other phones, a Mac notebook computer, unified video recorder, photos, ticket stubs, a receipt from a gas station, immigration papers, and a black duffel bag with documents in it.
You know, what I'm wondering, Rupa, isn't it important to search that apartment where they were? I mean, you know, the house, the apartment, there's more than one location to search relative to this man, correct?
Absolutely. And my understanding is that police did go to this apartment where she was last residing. Now, let me just take you back a little bit, Pat. Remember, she vanished. The last day she was seen by anybody was January 29th, just after she went on a holiday with her husband, what police refer to as estranged husband. And then they went to Hawaii, came back, spent the evening at her grandparents' house on the 28th. Then she returned to this area and returned to her apartment where she was living with her boyfriend, Ronald Roldan. And this was on the 29th. Now, according to search warrant affidavits, she was seen, apparently both the boyfriend and her husband both saw her that day. Her husband earlier in that morning on January 29th, and then later that afternoon she saw her boyfriend. And then, of course, the husband took off for military duty in Afghanistan, and he was deployed on February 2nd, and she never showed up to say goodbye to him.
Absolutely. Alex, or excuse me.